Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and it's been a while since we just sat down and talked, have Overwatch play in the background, and have nothing intrude on our eternal happiness.
Blizzard is making more Mercy and Moira Changes.
Oh, yay. Just another day as an Overwatch fan seeing some changes happening to heroes that don't need chat. Alright, let's talk about what's been going on recently, because earlier today, the Overwatch team released a blog post giving their feedback on their eternal thoughts with the brand new Moira and Mercy rework changes. The blog post titled, "One Hand Gives, the Other Takes Away. Let us, the Overwatch community, know that Moira's new Necrotic Orb ability is gonna be going away." Okay, well, Mercy's also gonna be getting another change to her Guardian Angel, or quote, her super jump ability, where they're gonna have another iteration to it, where they're gonna give her directional control. When are they gonna stop changing these heroes? Alright, so if you haven't been keeping up with Overwatch 2, in the second beta specifically, the Overwatch team was heavily trying to change and rework Mercy and Moira specifically, but especially Mercy. Now, we'll talk about Moira in a bit, but I feel like Mercy right now is the hot topic when it comes to hero reworks, because specifically Mercy mains feel like she wasn't really in need of a lot of hero changes, or at least the hero changes that they're doing to her. Because the main thing that they're trying to change with Mercy is her super jump. And now the third iteration that's going to be coming possibly in the third beta, or when Overwatch 2 fully releases in October, is now you're going to have more directional flight control of wherever you go, but you're also going to be able to super jump like how you were in Overwatch 1. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with hero changes, or you didn't get access to the betas at all, there's been two different iterations of her super jump. The first one, which is arguably the worst hero change in the history of Overwatch 2, was where you were able to Mercy super jump every single time you ended your Guardian Angel. So whether you want to be sent into the sky or not, doesn't matter, you're gonna fly high in the sky, baby. And that was very counterintuitive for what the super jump was about, because it was supposed to get you out of sticky situations. But if it put you in a vulnerable spot where a hit scan could just easily shoot you when you're locked in this animation, yeah, a lot of people aren't gonna like that change. And Blizzard heard the overwhelming amount of feedback and brought the second iteration, where now it adds the Mercy super jump charge UI on the screen, which is very cute, but the super jump, which I dare to even call it that, isn't all that super. It's more just like a hop and a skip. But the only thing stopping the second iteration of her super jump getting scrapped completely was the fact that you're now able to fly backwards when you canceled your Guardian Angel, or when you Mercy super jumped. And while the second iteration is far better than the first iteration, a lot of people are still arguing that it's still not necessary, which I want you to comment down below if you feel like Blizzard doesn't need to rework Mercy specifically with her super jump, because I'm not a Mercy player. I'm not the end all be all when trying to decide, oh, this is what Mercy needs and this is not what she doesn't need, and blah, 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 blah. But I feel like I have a decent grasp of what Mercy needs, which is an effective way to defend herself against like flank heroes. Because when you think about it, Brigitte has a shield, Ana has a sleep dart, Lucio has a boop to stop the Tracer and Genji, but with Mercy, you can really only fly away, because yeah, you might pull out your pistol, but it's really her flight that's going to be saving her. And now with the third iteration coming, it's going to be taking the best of both worlds, with being able to super jump like how you could in Overwatch 1, but also having directional control like in the second beta, specifically being able to fly backwards. That could really help Mercy not only be a more effective healer, but also give her the survivability that she needs. But once again, it just all depends on how they execute it, because if it's anything like the second iteration where you're only able to do a little hop in the air, I don't think that would be better than how it was in Overwatch 1. I really do like the Mercy super jump in Overwatch 1, because it really separated good Mercy mains from godlike Mercy mains. Like, if you saw a Mercy super jumping like a lot of the time in an effective manner, you could tell that they put in a lot of time trying to perfect that mechanic of Mercy, and that was one of the cool things about her. So I feel like if they just kept how Mercy super jump is in Overwatch 1 and copy and paste it in Overwatch 2, while also allowing you to fly backwards, I think everyone would be happy. Mercy mains be happy, and now you allow everybody to learn the angelic hero that is known as Mommy Mercy. But that's assuming that they don't revert the changes like how they did with my girl Moira. Now, her changes are a lot more simpler, where they changed her damage orb into a necrotic orb, where if you splash an enemy or hit it directly on an enemy, you did a little bit of damage, but you also weaken them for 4 seconds. The enemies weakened by the necrotic orb receive a 75 damage reduction, which meant that they were completely useless in a 1v1 scenario. But it wasn't just traditional damage that was weakened, you could also weaken whole ultimates to the point where you can make them completely useless. Like with Reinhardt's Earth Shatter, or Ritz's ultimate, or Cole Cassidy's High Noon. Like, I made a whole entire video looking at all the ultimates that a Necrotic Orb can counter, but now that video is completely obsolete because the Necrotic Orb is just going to be going away. And I'm upset with that because I actually like the Necrotic Orb after a little bit of time. It added a little bit of a skill gap for Moira players where you actually had to think and aim for once to actually be effective, but more importantly, it added a moment in a game where you can effectively turn the tables for your team, similar like how Ana's anti-grenade is. Like when you see an Ana anti-grenade splash on a Roadhog, you know you can dive the Roadhog and go after him, and when you get the Roadhog, you get the kill, and you're able to push forward. But with Moira, you just sit there and pee and suck up people. Pause. And the reason for them removing the Necrotic Orb is they felt like this ability was making Moira too passive of a hero. Everyone was just holding on to that dear Necrotic Orb that had such a high cooldown, waiting for the perfect moment to throw it. And at least in my experience, when I played Moira, when I saw other people play Moira, it was quite the opposite, where everyone was being a lot more aggressive Moira because they knew if they splashed like a soldier or a Cole or anybody that they can get in a 1v1 and they were going to win it because, well, Moira's just so forgiving and she just doesn't die. So once again, I feel like this was just another unnecessary change, which I guess at the end of the day, that's the whole point of the beta, is to test out changes, see what works and what doesn't work, and to remove it and giveth and taketh. But still, I feel like the Necrotic Orb was the perfect example of an ability that wasn't too overpowered, but still made, at least in the case of Moira, more engaging and more fun, which is something that support heroes desperately need in Overwatch 2. Like, at the end of the day, nobody wants to play support. Nobody. There's a reason why it takes 10 seconds to find a support game and takes 15 minutes to find a tank game and a DPS game. So then taking the Necrotic Orb away, whether it's for balance purposes or engaging purposes, I don't think is what they need to be doing right now, because, well, they need to be adding stuff like this. They need to be doing more of this, and to only be doing it for like a couple of heroes and then be taking it away, well, again, I understand that's kind of the whole point of the beta, is to put things in the game, test it out, take it away, tweak it in, and then eventually put it back in. But man, they gotta be doing more, man. Support heroes, they desperately need something. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what else they can do to make support heroes more interesting other than just adding cool abilities like how they did with Moira. Like, I'm seeing people suggest just reworking whole DPS heroes into support heroes, like how they did with Doomfist into a tank, like making Symmetra into a support hero, or just making Symmetra back into a support hero like how she once was. But that really doesn't fix the overall issue that support heroes are suffering from. The only thing I can see that fixing is DPS and tank queue times, because there'd be more people queuing up for support heroes, because technically there's a new support hero in the form of Symmetra. But whatever they decide to do, one thing's for certain, and that is they're going to be bringing 10 different iterations of Mercy's super jump before the third beta comes out, if there even is a third beta. Like, if I could just request one thing of the Overwatch team, it would be to add one brand new thing to every single support hero, whether it's a brand new ability or a brand new passive or a new addition to their ultimate, just something to make support heroes a little bit more distinguishable from their Overwatch 1 counterpart, but also just give a reason for people to play support, because when it came to tank, they're all brand new heroes at the end of the day. For DPS is just fun to play at the end of the day, but support, man, there just needs to be something, and I just don't know what it is other than the Necrotic Orb. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about the Mercy change and the Moira change, and I'll see you guys for the third beta or something. I don't know. I love you guys. More Overwatch and Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.